Well, hello everybody. There we are. Finally, we're on time. I just noticed.
Yes.
It's 9.
Yeah, for the first
We're
time.
live on 9.
Yeah. Are we doing the microwave to start?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, microwave.
How is everybody doing? I shared out already. I could do that in the intro.
In 10 groups.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Whoa.
So probably we will cross post, but
probably, yeah. Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Well,
oh, pretty good. I was walking on the beach for almost 3 hours. So.
Wow.
With the family, yeah. And the kids were hanging on. I don't know how, but in the end they were like, my legs are hurting. I want to go home.
Wasn't it cold? It was cold over here.
Well, it was pretty cold. It was pretty cold, but you can dress appropriately for cold. So it wasn't raining. Right. It was pretty good weather. So
yeah, it was. Did you hear for next week?
Yeah, I heard. I don't want to know.
Yeah, spring temperatures.
No, it's gonna be freezing here.
Next weekend, it's about.
Next weekend, yes.
15 degrees.
But I'll be sick then.
Yeah, me too.
Nah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We'll see what the weather's gonna do.
Yeah.
They can't predict anymore, so.
Exactly.
Just like when they say spring, it's going to be freezing. When they say it's going to be a meters of snow, it's going to be nothing. Probably raining.
And when it's supposed to be dry, they're dropping snow.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's stick to the paranormal.
Let's stick to the paranormal and let's stick to the guest we have tonight, because this woman is amazing. I swear to God, yeah. I love her. And we're going to do it paranormal happy hour time, because that's her thing. It's going to be Lady Victoria Darkwood. And she's drinking already.
Hello.
Cheers, my dear.
Cheers. I wasn't expecting that early.
Well, there you are.
Cheers.
Yes.
How's everyone?
Yes, but
what cocktail
pretty
did
good.
You make?
So, my very good Shane gave me an idea. So it is Coca-Cola, blackberry liquor, and strawberry vodka instead of cherry.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great. It really does.
Well, it's only 3 o'clock here, so I'm allowed to drink.
Yeah, it's 9 here, so.
Well, your time, I would already be in bed. I don't know.
No, I'm not gonna make that.
Early.
Yeah, that's because she starts drinking at 3 o'clock.
I'll be like under the covers or on the floor, maybe. I don't know.
Well, let's hope you make the bed then.
I hope so.
It's more comfy.
So, Shane, what are you drinking?
Well, it's a different cocktail. It's in a can. It's called Schultenbrau. It's German. And it's a beer. It's a pretty good one.
Okay. Is it good?
Perfect cocktail.
Okay.
Mary, what are you drinking?
Well, I mixed myself a watermelon breezer with some vodka with watermelon and watermelon juice. So, I will be drunk at the end.
Wow.
Because I never drink.
Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to a good episode.
Yeah,
I think we will manage that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yes. But
absolutely. We have a viewer, Noreen. Hi.
Hi,
Nice to meet
hi,
you.
Noreen.
Noreen.
Drop in. Yes,
Hello.
microwave. It's
Now
stuck
it's
in my
starting.
head. Yeah,
Microwave.
yes.
Yeah.
It's strange.
I'm like
Zeus.
shedding here. Wait a minute. Sorry.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good.
There we
Starting
go.
already. It's starting
Yes.
already.
Well, no, my feathers are just taken away by itself. I don't know. Here we go.
Yeah, it's the time of
Okay.
year.
I know I'm shedding.
Oh my god. No. Could you tell us a little about yourself? What are you doing? How did you become a paranormal investigator in the first place?
um, well, from I would say a very early age, you know how everybody has an imaginary friend, you know, that they chat to all the time. Well, I had one, and I was, you know, having the best conversations ever until I got a little bit older, and then I started to see things, feel things. Um, so, you know, I was telling my parents that, I was telling my grandparents that, and you know, back then they would just think that you was just making things up and you was not crazy, but it was just the stages that you're going to growing up. um, so I just dealt with it, and then around my teenager days, um, I was I actually got into a back time. I was down, not doing well in school. It was very dark times for me. So I got into black magic. So I started doing like a whole bunch of like spells, hexes, things like that, to the point that it actually came back to me. And luckily at that time, my spirit guides came to me and kind of pulled me into the other side. And since then, you know, I was doing good. I was still having, you know, intuition, you know, things like that coming to me, voices. And then one day, I would say it was around 2004, I looked across the paper and I seen this ad that was looking for people to join a new group, Central Mass Paranormal Society. At the time, it was one of my good friends. She wanted to create a group. So I went over to her house, I interviewed, and I was in. And at the time, we had like 10 people. We had two tech people, um, videographers, things like that. So I stayed with that group for a while. Um, During the years, you know, it's, you know, we went to residential areas, things were great. And then the group started dying down because of personal reasons. People moved away. You know, things like that. And then, of course, COVID hit. But make long story short, it was down to just me being part of the group. And I tried my best to like bring other people in, but I ended up finding that they were like faking evidence or going against what I truly believe. So it's now down to me. My very good friend that was the founder of CMPS, she was dealing with a whole bunch of health issues. So she actually gave me full advantage of the group. So now I'm the lead person for Central Mass Paranormal Society. So I've been going pretty strong myself, just going to local places, events, things like that.
Hmm. Yeah, and you hang out with a certain other person that's not here tonight because of personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Angelina from Back to the
Yes.
Bone Paranormal. You do
Yes.
investigations with her as well, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And it's kind of nice because she has a different way of doing investigations. She looks into not the debunker part, but the facts parts. Like if a EVP goes off, she wants to know exactly, you know, if there's other things involved in it to make it go off. I'm more into like tuning into like what's around me and you know, just tuning into, see if there's any spirit activity, things like that. So although we investigate together with two different people.
Yeah, but it clicks. It makes
Yeah.
a perfect match. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
that's
Hi,
a good
Jimmy.
thing. Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy came in.
Yes.
You said hi.
Yeah, next week is
Yes.
our
His turn
victim.
is next week. He was counting down.
Ah,
If I'm correct.
nice.
So let me see.
Yeah.
Also, you do have a podcast called Paranormal Happy Hour, which I stated in the beginning, of course.
I do.
How's that going?
I've had it now for over a little over a year and a half. It's been going well. I'm not on it as often as I would like to because of, personal family things that I have to attend, families first. So it's on every other Saturday at 3 Eastern Standard Time, and it's going well. I've been broadening out more to bring in like explorers, not only like paranormal, but other things as well. So it has been going pretty well, I have to say.
Good. Have some special guests coming up?
I have let's see, who do I have? I have Shane and Angie from Auto Rounds Paranormal. They're going to be up on the 22nd. And then I have, who else do I have? And then I have, God, I think I've been sipping a little bit too much on that drink. Let's see. Focus.
You'll get there.
I'll get back to you on that.
It's fine. I don't have my agenda with me, so I have no idea. I know next
That's
week
okay.
is Jimmy, and after that we have Ghost Intense today. Art. Oh my god, I forgot about him. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. You too.
See? My agenda is
Yeah.
downstairs. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I have my agenda sitting right here in the middle.
Oh, and I have Jenny. I have Jenny and her group on March 22nd. Emerald Isle Paranormal.
Yeah,
Paranormal?
Miss Sullivan.
Oh my god.
I have her on March 22nd. Jenny and we'd known each other for 2 years at least. So
Yeah, wonderful woman.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah,
I love her. She's
Mhm.
definitely.
Like my
yeah.
thing is kind of crooked here.
Well, you mix every time another drink. Where did you get that idea?
Oh, so I've actually always wanted to go to mixology classes. Actually, I wanted to be a part-time bartender. I may eventually do that as well. But I just got the idea of paranormal happy hour because I do enjoy a cocktail at least once a week, maybe twice a week. I don't know. I lost track. But I do enjoy it. And then I just wanted to create a whole bunch of things. So I basically get a basic recipe and then I try to tweak it around a little bit to create one. So normally in the beginning of my podcast, I bring out the drink and then I usually have the ingredients in the description. So it's been working for me. I enjoy it. And I do enjoy sipping a little bit during the show.
Yeah.
So
Well, you're supposed to drink it, so.
yeah. Half the time I don't end up finishing the whole thing though. That's funny, but yeah. But I'm almost it's almost over already. Wow.
Oh my god.
I know.
Oh my
Wow.
god. That means either you need a new one.
No, I'm good.
or we need to talk faster.
I'm good.
But
my things
you wear this outfit, the
Yep.
hood, the hoodie, and how did you come up with that?
So it's more of a spiritual thing, I would say. So It just came to me one day. So, because if you look at the very first episodes of me, I'm just like, I started out with Victorian clothing, with the hat, and you can see like my whole entire face, etc. But then, I received a message just saying, you need to create a character that represents your style and represents you. So I'm like thinking, okay, what represents me as well? So I was putting a whole bunch of names together, and that's when I came up with Lady Victoria Darkwood. And then I was like, okay, since my character is medieval, gothic, kind of like, and I love the color black, I just created this look. And it's funny because Elaine Baker from Creepy Caboodle actually created for me a mask. And it's phenomenal, but I have to adjust it a little bit. So every now and then podcast, I may wear the mask as well. And the mask is really, she does a great job. I highly recommend if anybody wants a mask created specifically for them, because she put like snakes down it, and then she has the Celtic symbol. It's really nice. It's really nice.
That does sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Are you going on investigations dressed like this?
Oh, yes. A matter of fact, I do. But I also, my wings should be coming. So I'm also going to be having my wings as well with me. So, yeah, I mean, I do at least go like this on investigations. And you normally don't see me in screen. You see, because I'm usually the one filming. So, but I do go in this. As a matter of fact, when Angelina and I was at the Victory Theater during the summertime last year, I was actually in this outfit, and she was just like, how can you even dress like that in this blazing hot weather? But I said,
Yep.
I was standing outside just staring everybody down, and I got people to come in. So
Hey, if it works, it works.
yeah. So yeah, but I typically do go, and I have the pants, and I have, again, the wings I really don't wear all the time because they get in the way. But I have those as well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, like we said last time when we were on your show,
Mhm.
there has to be a moment that we do have to do an investigation together, because I think it will
definitely.
click perfectly.
Yeah, definitely.
It will.
I
Definitely.
will wear my lenses because I love my lenses. I have white lenses. And so if the light comes onto it,
Yeah,
it's completely white.
that's
I
awesome.
love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yep. I have my own
People
cloak
don't
hanging
expect-
there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my wife's, but it's way too long for her. It fits me
Yeah.
perfectly.
That's
I took it over.
awesome. And I do like I practice Wiccan as well. And I'm also a spiritualist. So I do like basic potions like hair oils, face oils. I want to get into shampoos. I use all the moon phases just to charge up the potions. And I also use crystals. And I'm going back into tarot cards again as well. So
Cool.
mhm.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I have a crystal witch downstairs. So
Oh, nice.
she's a crystal witch. She works with dragon energy. She does oracle cards. She tries doing tarot from time to time, but it's not really her thing.
Yeah.
She can't seem to get in there. But oracle cards are her thing, and she can,
I like
if
those.
she lays them down, they're like,
Yep.
she can tell you things that even the only person that knows is you, and
That's
sometimes she really
awesome.
scares me.
That's
Yeah,
great.
she does scare me sometimes though.
Ah,
Yeah, most of the time she's spot on.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
that's
She
awesome.
definitely is. Yeah, I think you would like her as well. I think
Yeah,
the
we
two of
should
you would-
connect definitely.
You would too. You two would talk for hours. I know for sure.
Mhm. Probably.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk some locations. What were your favorite locations you've been to?
So for me, I started with residential locations. I don't really do those anymore because I found that a lot of them, you have to be careful because some of them, some of them deals with people going through mental issues as well. So you have to kind of handle it in a professional way, mind you. And a lot of the times that I went, it ended up being mental issues. For regular investigations, I would say the best one that I've gone to, I would say, would be the S.K. Pierce house because I absolutely love that house. But also the Whitney house that I was just into not too long ago. So basically when I go in, I just kind of like tune in to the surroundings, and just see what I could pick up. And then I just go around and I try to connect, which is great. But I have found, and somebody actually told me that I should slow down, and not get as aggressive when I go in, because I go in and then I instantly like looking around for them and trying to find them and connect with them. And they go, no, you should really ease into it, go in, introduce yourself, and then try to pick things up. But I'm like straight in. I'm like, who's here? So
I think they're right in some point.
yeah.
I think
because
the contact will be easier then.
I end up finding that they play like a hide and seek with me, and I always sense it all the time. If they're upstairs, I'm downstairs, and vice versa. So I'm gonna try to back down a little bit and see if it's any better.
Yeah, let us know if it does.
Yeah,
make a difference.
Yeah,
because I think it will.
Yeah.
We in our investigations, it's always like position yourself in their shoes. Like if I barge in your house like that, you're gonna be like, go away.
I know. I do introduce myself in the group, but it's probably maybe it's the way I'm dressed as well. They're like, who's that person? So and towards the end, it's funny. Towards the end, they like all want to come out and talk, but then we're like closing to go home. It's funny.
It's always the same.
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh, we'll come out now, so.
Yeah, I know that problem. I don't have to get dressed like that.
Yeah.
I'm a big guy, and I always look angry, according to people. So.
You don't.
I actually have to tone down on my equipment because I feel like I have so much equipment, and I'm basically getting away from what I used to do with just tuning in and have basic pieces of equipment. So I have to go through all my equipment. My goal is to eventually, what I want to do is travel to like places, and go more into the historical, find history, and then towards the end do investigations and maybe bring the show live at the location. So that's my goal. That's what I would love to do, because a lot of places have phenomenal history, not only like paranormal activity.
True, and I love the fact that people can tell me about the history, even if it's not on camera. Off camera is fine as well. But just tell me what the history of the place is so you can tune in a little bit more. Yeah.
Definitely want the history.
Yeah. That's the most amazing thing about old buildings to me.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Not even the hauntings, it's the history behind it.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it does.
And
it is.
The different layers also very, very interesting. I love it.
Hi, Scotty.
Hey, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Yeah. So,
I'm digging the music.
actually, I do myself. It's like we're pirates now. Almost. Is there any location that gives you the creeps?
I honestly haven't been to a jail or, yeah, I haven't been to a jail yet, so I don't know what to expect from that. But honestly, I really don't get scared that easily. Although I do freak out when I go to, like, because we have a Canopy Lake close to us, and they have haunted houses with live people that kind of like do the spook scare thing, and I absolutely hate getting spook scared. I do. I'd rather have you right there in front of me than coming from a corner and scaring me. I can't stand that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to go in those haunted houses with live people in there. Because
Why?
my instinct, when somebody spooks me like that, my instinct is "Pteh."
Oh no. Oh no.
It's not on purpose. It's just an instinct. I
Yeah,
can't
I,
help it.
I hate it. I hate it when people are around the corner and try to spook scare me. I hate it.
Yeah, I turn into Kung Fu Panda.
I hate it.
They will lose. I can do Kung
No,
Fu.
I see
Back then,
it. I see
at that
it
moment, I
front-
can.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to go in there. I'm not gonna. No.
Okay.
On the best evidence you got so far.
um. I'm trying to think. I would say probably the SK Pierce house. Not on video, but from personal experience, I actually connected to SK Pierce himself. Um, so on audio, I haven't really caught anything that cannot get debunked. But it's just my personal connection is what my experiences are, I would say.
Yeah, sometimes you
So
can have that as well.
yeah.
Of course.
But I honestly haven't got a good audio, any good audio lately. So
What isn't there can come later.
Yeah, of course.
ooh, Scott works at a haunted house.
Yeah, I saw that comment coming in, and the first thing that came to mind is I will probably miss him because he's not that tall.
Yeah.
He's a small man.
Oh, what haunted house he works in, I wonder.
He's probably gonna tell you later on. It's probably
Oh
in
my God,
Indianapolis somewhere.
that you know what? I wanted to volunteer for the longest time at the SK Pierce Mansion, and I was like, I'll volunteer. That is absolutely phenomenal. I would love to do that, even if it was volunteering.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about that because we have the old Six Flags. We have it's called Walibi right now.
Mm-hmm.
They have Halloween Fright Nights, and it's going to be all around October.
Wow.
And they always look for volunteers. I was thinking about doing that this year, but I have to think about it.
They have Witches Woods around me. It's right down the street from me. It's so basically but it's just actors. It's not actually a live like haunted house. It's just like a haunted hayride, things like that. But I would absolutely love to volunteer at a haunted house. That would be awesome.
Yeah, me as well. I want to walk through the park. I don't even want to walk in. I don't necessarily have to be in a haunted house because they walk through the park. Oh.
Yeah.
I hid in a corner. I work at one called the Fear Factory in Wabash, Indiana.
Oh.
Yeah, he's from Indiana, so.
Okay. So is the factory actually haunted, or is this like a stage going on, like an event? I wonder.
I think it was around the Halloween event.
Okay.
I'll let him answer. I think.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Because it's some people, it's some areas that actually are haunted, and they do actually haunted events on top of that, which I don't know how the spirits would react like that. I don't know how they would feel about that.
I did it in a castle, and I was a Halloween actor. And after about 8 years, they stopped because the activity increased after the Halloween.
Oh God!
Oh wow!
Yes,
that's what I would think too.
Yeah, me too.
I think not every location is suitable for a Halloween party with actors, and in a castle, I think they think it's too ordinary, something like that, because they were royals who lived there.
Yeah, most of the times they think it's too ordinary to do something like that.
I would absolutely love to be in a castle. We don't have any around here, but love castles.
Well, you have to go to Scotland and Ireland, England.
Yes, yes.
We have Scott back. Yeah, it's a haunted attraction, but there's claims of shadow people.
Shadow
being seen.
people.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Absolutely. I've seen the pictures from Scott. He did send them. Yeah. And one thing pops into my mind.
No, don't. No. That's a bad picture. We're not gonna show it.
Yes.
We're gonna explain a little. I don't know if Scott is going to explain a little, but he made it. Well, when was it? A couple of years ago, was it?
Yes, a big mistake he did.
He had a zipper on his head.
Yes.
Oh.
But it turned out a bit different than he was supposed to be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I have that picture here, but Scott, if I have the picture in my inbox,
I have it somewhere. Yeah.
I'm going to ask Scott if I have the picture in my inbox. Can I show it? Because I want to show
laughing
it
out loud.
He's probably going to say yes
because I know him. He's laughing.
Yeah.
There were people who asked him if he was going to bear a child. That's how his face looked.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Now I have to see the picture.
Yes,
I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let me see. Can I find it?
Every time we talk about Halloween and haunted houses and Scott is joining, I have this picture in my mind. Every time.
I'm going to see if I can find it. It's too long ago.
It's his own fault. Oh, absolutely you can. You can show it.
Scott, if you have the picture on speed dial, please send it to me because I can't find it, of course. If I want to show something, I can't find shit. I want to find the picture. I can't find the picture. That's annoying.
You can send it to Susan Victoria.
Oh, you can also send it to her, yeah.
Yeah,
I want to show it.
Yeah.
I want to show it.
Yeah, show it.
Zipper face gone wrong.
Zipper face gone wrong? Oh, now, see, now it's like a complete picture in my mind now.
Absolutely. I had that picture in my mind before I saw the picture, and he did share it, and I couldn't stop laughing for about 20 minutes. The tears were running down my cheek.
Oh, man.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Can't see.
That was one of
there we go.
That was a very bad picture.
Why
can't I find it?
Yeah, I have no clue if I have saved it anywhere, because my nephew is using my tablet.
This one?
Now and then, so I would.
Oh man, I can't find it.
Oh man.
In the meantime, in the meantime, do you have a bucket list of locations?
I do. I do. I want to travel around the world. I would love to go to the Octagon. I would love to go to God, there's so many places I want to go. It's just like a mile long. I definitely want to go actually to Ireland. I want to go. Jenny talks about Leap Castle all the time, so I want to go there. God, there's just so many things. I feel like I still need to go out there and experience a lot of places and locations. But yeah, I'm up to anything. So
Yeah,
if
same
you
here.
want to see castles in Germany, they have really big castles.
really,
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yes, they are
wow.
beautiful. Yeah, I love them. I really love them.
I love castles. I would have a castle if it wasn't so expensive to heat it.
True. I can understand that. I
Yeah.
think Scott's going to send it, but I don't know when. He's right back. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I think he's looking for it now.
Yeah. I just absolutely love castles. They're just beautiful. They're beautiful. And Victorian houses as well. I
Yeah.
love Victorian houses because they both have a lot of history. So
They do. Yeah, it would be. I would love to live in a Victorian house.
yeah, absolutely.
I would love to live in a castle, but like you said, it's very hard to heat a castle up. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I can do that.
I have it cold already, and I'm heating my house, so a castle isn't for me.
Yeah.
But somewhere warm. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Victorian. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, building.
Yeah, the
Maybe-
thing is, like, I still want to. I'm still looking to get a house, but I don't want to get like anything modern. I want to get something that has like is classical, you know, like something that I
Yeah.
could move in and work on a little at a time.
Okay.
I don't know.
Then you should go to Italy. They have
Mm.
houses and you can buy it for $1, and you get 3,000, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And every month you get paid for 5 years to move there.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah. Because the whole village is abandoned. So
Really?
they're trying to get people in. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
they're advertising all over at the moment. And
Yeah.
Spain is doing the same, I think.
I don't know if Spain is doing the same. I just know Italy does.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Italy.
I have to look into
Yeah.
that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I want to go to a Greece island, but
Mm.
with the earthquakes now, I'm
Mm.
not sure anymore.
I know.
No, you better watch out. I'm not gonna do that. Well, in the
Yeah.
meanwhile, we're waiting for Scott. It's gonna take a while probably
Yes.
because he has to look for it because it's been a long time. But did you ever get an attachment?
I have not. No. Lucky me, huh? I have not, but I know, but I do tell people if they have attachments. But yeah, I'm very careful when it comes to that. When I go in, I protect myself. I call out to my spirit guides, and then as I'm leaving, I say, you know, you need to stay here, remain here, and then I also use, you know, sage or something like that, and I actually go around my car. And I sage it, saying a little chant, and I go in the inside of my car and I say a little chant, and I do it around myself as well. And I've been good so far.
Well, let's keep it
So-
like that then.
Yeah,
No-
I do.
No scratches or bites or anything.
No,
You're
I've been good. I've been good.
Very good.
Lucky you.
Yeah,
I
lucky you.
know. Well, they hide from me, so most likely they're
Yeah.
not going to scratch me, right?
You would say so. You would say so. Well, that hide for
Yeah,
me as
maybe-
well, but I had a scratch on my back that was open and it was bleeding. So
Oh my god.
yeah. Well, it was my own fault,
Wow.
but I asked for it. Shouldn't
Yes,
have done that.
sometimes. Yes. If you call them out, yeah.
I do
See,
protect myself, but
I don't do that because I've heard like it could definitely backfall on you. I don't kind of like call them out. I don't know.
yeah,
So
normally I won't. Normally I'm always, with all due respect, and
Yes.
always come in respect and peace, and don't want to have fights. But if you are aggressive towards children or me,
oh yeah.
then I'm gonna start.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, he was very aggressive towards me. He was very arrogant, like, nah, I can have you. And I was like, okay, you can have me. It's fine. I can have you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started bickering with him and asking him to scratch me. If he has that much power, scratch me, make me scared, make me want to go away.
Yeah.
He didn't
You
want. He
know,
didn't make me want to go away, but he scratched me. He did.
and it's funny because I'm always like asked this question all the time if I honestly believe in demons, or I feel that it's a lot of people that basically is reflecting negative energy. So I don't know. I actually haven't come across a negative presence yet, so I couldn't answer that.
Mm. But do you believe in demons?
I'm not 100% sure. Like when I had that experience growing up, when I got into when I got into black magic, I do feel that there is negative energy, but I'm not 100% sure there's actually a red guy with horns and a tail and wings. I don't know.
I don't believe in that fact. I do believe that there are entities like demons,
Mm-hmm.
but they probably look way different than what people say they look. I do believe they do exist, but most of the times it's not a demonic presence. It's just a very negative entity.
So what do you think a
Yeah.
demon actually is? Do you think a demon is somebody that was really bad while they were alive, or do you think it's actually something that was created?
It's a being. It never existed.
Okay.
So it's probably created by mankind.
Mm-hmm.
But if you give something energy, it will exist.
Yeah.
So I think that's a part of a demonic presence. I have been in contact with demonic presence since I think 2-3 times now. And it's heavy. It is. That's just not something to mess with.
Yeah.
And I had no experience, but my wife does. And we did a so-called exorcism in Wiccan powers.
Mm-hmm.
We were busy from 7:30 in the evening to 4 o'clock in the morning, and we thought it was just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we were completely broken. Plus, the guy almost went off. No, he went off the couch like 1 meters up.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay, this is the first time I am seeing something like that. It scared me a little, but makes me want to go further into the paranormal. Want to see what can happen more in that regard. So yeah, I do believe that demons do exist. Only the problem is that everything and everybody is calling a negative entity a demon nowadays. So that's something that's annoying the hell out of me.
Even if a spirit is frustrated,
Yep.
they call it demon, and have problems with that. Kelvin is telling, one time I was slapped in the face. Things like that happen. Exactly.
Yeah. He was slapped in the face in the middle of the night while he was sleeping. It's a long time ago.
That would make me jump. Yeah.
I don't think I have the strength to jump when I'm asleep.
I will be next to my bed in a second. Like that. Probably Kung Fu.
No, I will be too sleepy for that.
No, I'm awake the minute someone touched me. So
Have you ever been touched? In a positive way?
Maybe, my hair touched, but not really anything like that. No. Which is, I feel like I'm really protected, like maybe too protected. So
That's they won't come over there because of the spirit guides, maybe.
yeah, maybe because this like I have like a whole army around me when I go. So,
They're like, hell no, I'm staying away from you.
exactly. So Shane, do you have an attachment?
Oh, did I have an attack? Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Still have. And it's not negative.
No, I was just gonna ask that. That's why I asked the question.
No, it's I do have. I took a little girl from the woods. And she was scared in the beginning for me because she's probably for what we think happened, because we can't find anything about it, and that's a typical the Netherlands thing.
Yeah.
It's very hard to find history, that things that happen here. But the things that we got through is the fact that she was killed by soldiers in a small pond, and she was scared of me because I'm always wearing army pants, and I did have a bomber jacket, a pilot's jacket. So she was scared of me in the beginning, and then afterwards she started to get to know me because I went back to the place time and time again, and I still do because I love the place. And I have some unfinished business there, so I have to go back. But she went with me. She went home with me, and she's now, sometimes she plays with my daughter, she plays with my son. She scares him a little bit, but she's a very sweet girl.
Do you know what she looks like?
For what I know, she's around, what is it, a meter 120. Blonde hair, brown eyes. So it's not even blue eyes. It's brown eyes. She's a bit white tanned. It's very white in the face. It's such a sweet girl.
Yeah.
She keeps touching me when I go to sleep. She's like, poke, and then she runs off. Funny as hell. Then I'm like, oh, go away. I want to go to sleep. And you hear, then I'm like, oh, not you again. Seriously? Then I have to be a dad figure and say, not now. It's time to go to sleep now.
Yeah.
Day's over.
That's cute.
We go to sleep
That's
now.
Cute.
Yeah, she's very sweet. She's very sweet. So yeah, I took her with me, and she's still here. She doesn't want to leave. So
yeah. It's like, don't be surprised if she like peeks around your corner when you're live like now.
She usually does. Yeah, she's probably like, hello.
Well, you know what? The first is because I thought of her as blonde hair, but I kind of the image I'm getting is like she's poking like up and down, like on both sides of your shoulders.
Yeah.
Like kind of like peekaboo. Want to see what's going on?
She usually does.
It's cute.
Yeah. Cute. Oh, I got a picture. Do I get the picture? I got a picture. Oh yeah, we got it.
Oh,
I got it. Why is it like this? Why is it showing like this? What the hell? What are you doing? What's this thing doing? It's completely zoomed in. That's not gonna work.
No.
All right. Do I get it? I got it. Let me see. All right. Let me see. I'm going to share screen.
You're going to... Oh my God, Scott!
There we go. And this was Scott with the zipper on his face.
I can say a whole bunch of things for that picture, but Scott, you need to go to Elaine Baker from Creepy Cadoodle to make your mask, okay?
I actually thought he was very pretty because of this.
I could see where this goes. So
yeah, it just didn't work out as planned.
No, because that's the first thing I think of.
Mm-hmm. It was a very nice demonic presence, some sort of, but
Wow.
that did not work out.
Wow.
That did not work out. It made us
That's
laugh
just-
so hard.
Oh
Tears
my
were
God,
rolling down
Scott,
my face. It was
that's
funny as
just
hell.
too
Yes.
funny. Oh my God.
And I know
Literally.
Scott is the most fun man I can ever talk to because he makes jokes about almost everything. He can be
Oh my
serious.
God.
He can be
That
serious as well. But if you ever want to laugh in your podcast, you should invite him. He's fun.
oh my God.
You're gonna
It-
laugh your ass off. Took me forever to find it. I got 3 cramps in my thumb. Almost. Like I love him.
Mhm.
Scott is my brother, and I don't even know him that well.
Yeah.
I've never seen the man before.
Oh my God. It
But-
kind of like when you were talking about residential areas, I specifically remember this one case that we went to. It was kind of, the founder and I went to this one residential place, and the woman, it was a couple, boyfriend and girlfriend, and she was saying that she had a demonic presence over her. So we went, we looked around, we did the investigation on all through the house, and we didn't find anything. And wouldn't you know, as we were leaving, she goes into she falls on the floor, and she kind of it looks like she's seizuring. And she was, trying to, from anybody else that looked like she was actually, the demonic presence was coming over her. But the funny thing was that if somebody is possessed, they wouldn't necessarily, if somebody like my founder was a minister, so she had on the ministry outfit, you would think that the demonic presence would slash at her, but instead she was fighting with her boyfriend, and I was like, that's a little bit weird. So finally she came out of it, but we were like, maybe there's some people out there that just want you to come to either think you're going to be on a TV show or something like that,
Yeah. Yeah, that does sound weird in my ears.
Yeah, it does, because you would automatically think that they would attack the priest or minister, but no.
Exactly. Yeah, I know for certain because my wife's a high priestess.
Yeah.
Every single time there is something negative or a demonic presence, she's going to be targeted.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. I have to go with her because I'm the bodyguard, so I stand in between her because she's not that big either, so she can stay safe behind me.
Yeah.
But she gets attacked, always.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't get attacked, it's not demonic.
Wow. Yeah, my spirit guides are really great in protecting me, but also, when I go in, weeks before I go in investigation, I actually have dreams of the people, the spirits that I'm going to encounter, or I could start drawing as well, portraits of people that I'm going to encounter as well. When we went to the Penhurst prison, Angelina and I in the group, weeks before, this guy with long, strangly hair came to me, and he said he wanted to get out the prison. He didn't understand why he was there. So I kind of drew a picture of him and his caption. And then when we ended up going, we ran into a tall presence figure in the it was kind of like a tunnel where we encountered the bats. So there was a tall presence there. Yep, we saw there was a tall presence there. So I think it was definitely that gentleman that came to me, because I picture him as being really tall. And and the bad thing about it is we couldn't film, but there were multiple occasions different people experienced. There was a tall figure that kind of went in front of the exit sign, and then kind of backed out of it, but we couldn't catch it though on camera.
No, because I heard you talking about that.
It was amazing, yeah. Penhurst. It was really amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw two
It's
episodes, the serious one and the
Yeah.
non-serious one. So
It was a downer because usually right before, right after, like usually a lot, like they did like this big paracon right before we came. So usually when there's like a huge event, it's usually quiet right afterwards because a lot of them like coming out to the event and they likes to see what's going on, and then after the event they're like, oh god, we want to take a break. So it was
yeah,
sort of quiet when we went.
okay.
yeah. But it still was a good investigation. Scott
It
says
was.
Sperner is an amazing place.
I definitely want to go back. I definitely want to go back. But it was only, the other thing about it was that I think there's only 5 places that are open.
Hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, the other places they're actually rebuilding or they're actually going to take it down. So it's kind of a pity because it's a huge place with so many buildings, but
Yep.
a lot of them are beyond renovating. So
Yeah, I heard about that. I was.
mhm,
It's one of my bucket list places to go
mhm.
to. Still,
Absolutely. Yeah.
but when I heard about the fact that a lot of buildings are closed down due
Mhm.
to renovation or due to taken down, I was like, "Aw,"
Mhm.
and I still
Mm.
have to go to America. I still want to go there
I
because I
know.
was actually scared it was gonna disappear completely.
No, it's still open. A lot of people think that it's closing down completely, but it's not. They still have the 5. It's like either 4 or 5 places that is
Hmm.
open. So
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think it's the most haunted places as well.
it wasn't that. There was hardly an activity when we went though, and that's probably because there was a youth event right before we went.
Yeah.
So that's why I would love to go back. Um, and the hosts there were fantastic, and they stayed with us the whole time we were there. We arrived about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I think, and then we went overnight until like 3 in the morning, and then we drove back. So
That's a pretty long
it
investigation as
was
well.
it was like 6 hours to drive back
Yeah.
here. It wasn't that long at all, but yeah, it was
It's
it
not,
was it was fun.
that's not long for you? We think
six
3 hours
hours.
is long. And then we leave the country.
Well, I wasn't driving. I was just in the back sleeping. Um, but yeah, even like
And then it's not long.
an hour for me, I'm like I start getting antsy. So I don't like that much driving, unfortunately. I'm not like the let's go on the road and travel and drive all around the world. No, no, no. I'm not like that.
I am.
You are?
Yeah, I am. I love driving.
Really? See, I don't.
I want to drive everywhere. Fortunately, I have to get a new driver's license to go to America to drive there.
Oh no.
Because according to the
Oh.
president of America, I can't drive in America.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
bigger cars.
See, I want to go outside the
What the
US
hell?
too.
I
Like
didn't either.
a couple of years ago I actually went to Denmark and I absolutely love it there. My favorite place is my favorite place is Iceland. I absolutely loved Iceland. It was my
Yeah.
perfect temperature because I don't like it too hot, don't like it too cold. So it was a perfect temperature. I absolutely loved Iceland. I was like, can I move there? But no, it's like a big process. You can't just up and move out of the
Nope.
country.
No. There's so much things that comes around
There
the corner
is.
at that
Yeah.
moment. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. Kelvin has something in Dutch, so I have to translate a little. The most beautiful thing he ever experienced was he brought a young girl to the light, and that
Oh.
was in the woods in Ter Apel, which is in the Netherlands. And
Mm-hmm.
he is an old team member of me. That was actually with me, so I know what he's talking about. And there was a young girl that was very scared of soldiers over there. We have a lot of soldier stories here in the Netherlands because of the Second World War. Um, but this girl was very, very scared, and she was constantly being pushed back by the soldiers. Like, you're not allowed to talk. Everything till she being so scared that she came to me and pulled my shirt. And that was the day I was like, okay, she has to go to the light. I got attacked by mosquitoes
Oh
the moment
God.
I was opening the light, and there
Yeah,
were
yeah.
a lot of mosquitoes, but I never ever feel the mosquitoes on me. They were in rows on my arm. They
Oh
were
my
all stinging
god.
me to bring me out of my concentration.
Wow,
So
wow.
that
See
sucked.
here, unfortunately, I mean, if I go out in the woods and I come across a spirit that needs help, absolutely, I'll cross them over to the light. Or if there's a portal that needs to be closed, I'll do my best to close it. But unfortunately, here it's all about the money. So
Yeah.
at locations that charge an arm and a leg, they don't want you to get rid of the spirits or to cross
No.
anybody over or to close portals, because to them it's making money.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah. I was wondering about that myself, and I was like, yeah, I know
mhm.
why they do it, but
Yep.
is it a good thing? I
I
don't
mean,
think
and
so.
to me, it's a shame because it's the place is haunted, and you're making money off of the hauntings. It's kind
Yeah.
of like I wouldn't do that if I had an historical place that was haunted. I would invite people in to experience the hauntings. I wouldn't I wouldn't charge an arm and a leg, and I wouldn't have them every single day, and I wouldn't. There's a lot of things I wouldn't do. Um,
No.
I don't know. I just feel differently. I mean, for somebody to come into your house and to try to investigate you time and time again, day after day after day, I don't know. It's just, that's not right for me.
No. And that's the reason why they most of the days just don't react.
Yeah.
Or they get very angry because they're
Mm-hmm.
frustrated, which is normal. I would be frustrated if you come in my house every single day trying to contact me and I don't like, leave me alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All the time the same questions. Can you do
I
this? Can you do
know. I
that?
know.
Like
It's,
your puppy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
try to
I
play games with them when I go, like at the Whitney, at the Whitney Morehouse. I actually, there's a little spirit there named George. So I tried to get like the Dixie cups, and I put them like all like stacked up, and I got a little ball, and I tried to have him like bowl with me, and I try to play games. I don't try to ask him the same questions everybody else asks. So try to
No,
have them
exactly.
interact more.
That most of
exactly.
the times does work. That makes you have contact with spirit,
Yeah. Well,
especially
I even
children.
got in the bathtub. I got in 2 bathtubs.
Nice.
And I wanted them to like turn on the water or come in the bathtub with me, but
Yeah.
uh,
They didn't.
No water.
no, they didn't. No,
Nah, that's too bad.
no, I
I would have
know.
laughed my ass off if they did turn on the
Oh
water.
my God, I would have
Yeah.
died. And they were nice bathtubs. They were the nice, big like jacuzzi bathtubs. They were
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
you
They
can
are.
put me there anytime. That's no problem.
I know. I know. I was
Mm-mm, not a
hoping.
problem.
But again, energy, they need a lot of energy to physically move something. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe one day.
Yeah.
mhm.
A question pops up in my mind. You've been to so many locations. Do you ever do cemeteries or graveyards?
I do, but sometimes I get overwhelmed in cemeteries, because to me, I go in and you feel like a lot of people think it's like peaceful, but then I get the emotions. I have like people that are at peace, but then people that don't understand that they passed away, and then people that are sad. So I get like all these emotions like mixed in. And I can only stay for about a half hour to 40 minutes, and then I have to leave. But they are peaceful places. It's just that when you're an empath, so many emotions come at you, and mixed
Yeah.
emotions. So I just really can't stay there long term.
Yeah. Yeah, here in the Netherlands, they're always like, if you want to go to a graveyard
Mm-hmm.
with permission, that's very hard getting permission here in the Netherlands because, well, they don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask permission to go to a graveyard, they always like, well, we leave the dead in peace. And I'm like, if they are in peace, then why are they talking to me?
Yeah.
Because if
A
they're
lot
in
of
But
peace, I will go.
the a lot of the cemeteries here close at 8, and they actually have the gates and they close them. So you have to go during the day or before then.
Yeah, they
It's
do
the
close them off here, but
Mm-hmm.
in our town, or the town where I was born and raised, you could go to the police station, get the key of the graveyard by telling
Oh.
them you want to visit a grave from somebody. Doesn't matter which name you would call. You could
Mm-hmm.
say Henry or something. They would give you the key. You could give your ID to them, and you can go at
Okay.
night.
Okay. That's
So I did
new
that
thing.
once.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that once, but I was actually going to visit the grave as well because of some friends of mine. They lost their child at 6 months,
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah.
I wanted to visit the grave as well, and they asked me to do it, so I did.
Oh.
Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't know if it's still possible
Yeah.
though. Maybe they got me now, but it worked then.
Always
Yeah,
during
it's
the day.
we get a lot of people tourists to go to Salem, Mass, which is where the witch trials were.
Yeah.
So probably leave about 40 minutes to an hour from there. And there's one particular cemetery that, has all the people that were hung, that supposedly were witches. So there are a lot of tourists there, and particularly around Halloween. It's like jammed packed. You can't even, like, the streets are full and everything. So
Yeah.
that's like the most common place around where I am is Salem, Mass.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about the fact that it's supposedly haunted as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Well, I
haunted.
truly believe that, I truly believe that, that they weren't necessarily witches. It's just that they
Oh.
did a lot of natural remedies, and a lot of people didn't understand it, homeopathic things.
Yeah.
And they would try it as a witch when they were just like working with herbs or, things like that. So,
Yeah. Or if they didn't like you, you were a witch as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have seen so many documentaries about the witch trials and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I didn't get people before. It's not gonna get better when you see those documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
people are weird.
Yeah.
They live in weird ways.
And there's a lot of people that come visit it, and then they're like, "That's it." Salem's not that big. I mean, Salem is not that big of a town. I mean, it basically centralizes in the middle of town where you have like the witch house, and then you have the Peabody Access Museum, and then you have like the cemetery. It's a very small area. It's not like huge.
No, people don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, it's probably huge because I live in the Netherlands and everything's small. So it's going to be probably huge.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But we have also a witch museum with the graveyards in the area.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's called the Heksenwaag, toch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. It's where they used to weigh women to see if they were witches.
They used to weigh them?
Yeah, used to weigh them, and if you are a certain weight, you were supposedly a witch.
What? I don't understand. Like, what they think is like that doesn't make sense.
Well, if you were as light as a feather, as a grown woman, according to them, you were a witch. Because you were floating. If you had a healthy weight, you weren't a witch. You could go.
Wow.
Yep. Strange.
So, yeah. People think weirdly.
Yeah,
I swear.
Absolutely strange.
Yeah, they only found out that they weren't a witch as soon as they start sinking in the water. They wouldn't float.
Yeah,
well, too bad they're dead now.
Do both of you believe in cryptids? Do you believe in like there's such thing as werewolves, vampires, UFOs, aliens? Do you believe in that?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. That's why we
Some things
jumped
are
in.
far. Some things are very far fetched, but and hard to
Yeah,
believe for me.
Hmm.
But I do believe like there's people that can turn into something else as soon as energy shifts or full moons or whatever. I do think there's something like that in the world.
yeah.
There's
Every
so much in this
Sunday,
world we do not know.
exactly. Every Sunday, there's a documentary on TV about the founder of the cryptids here in Europe, and they found evidence of the chupacabra and the thunderbird. They are looking into it, so that's very, very interesting.
Hmm.
How about you?
Well, I'll go more into detail after the show, but
That's fine.
But um, but yeah, I do. I mean, a lot of people, previous guests that I've had on the show says, you know what? I believe truly that there are such things as them, but I also believe that there's portals that they could come in and out of our world into their world and vice versa. That's why we don't find any bones. That's why we don't find any evidence because they don't want us to. Um, but there's animals that that we never heard of that come new every day. I mean, they scientists find these new fish that we'd never heard about before. So it is
Yeah,
I mean, I definitely truly believe in it as well. But there's a lot of people that don't necessarily believe in it. So, and
yeah.
I
There
do
always
believe
will
in
be.
Bigfoot. I really do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do that. I do believe that there's something like that. But the
Hmm.
portal thing, I think that's a very normal thing for me to believe
Hmm.
because I know
yeah,
portals exist.
Well, they have a couple of portals at the SK Pierce mansion, and one of them is right by the entrance stairway. And as you're standing in it, you really feel like very lightheaded and kind of like disoriented.
Yeah,
Um, but obviously you can't pass through it. But you do get like a lightheaded, and it's like there's something definitely there. And
yeah,
there's like I think there's 3 of them in that mansion, so.
cool.
yeah,
I
But
would
yeah,
love
yeah,
to travel through, go to the other side. God, I wish they were
yeah,
open.
exactly.
absolutely,
See what you
absolutely.
get, where you get at
I know. I need to
Yeah,
and
find the
what's there.
key. I need to be like, listen, you need to show me your world and I'll show you mine. You know?
I,
Exactly. They're probably not
we
gonna
are
have a deal.
coming.
Yeah.
We are coming along.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely,
definitely,
absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah.
And the
Oh,
vampires, like in the blood sucking Dracula vampires. I don't
Hmm.
know if that's true, but I do believe that you can also call people that suck you dry into energy wise.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
call them vampires.
Yes, we do, but we call them energy vampires.
Yeah,
I don't really I haven't really heard of any like the legends like blood sucking vampires. We see more
no,
of the energy vampires. And other people have experienced what they believe are aliens, but they actually take a true form of humans because they've been here long, long ago and they actually grown into our culture and our environment. They're kind of like taking notes, but they're
yeah,
like you and I in true
yeah,
form.
yeah. And
yeah,
you will never know
Hmm.
that they are one of them.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I
Very.
do believe that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. There's
Hmm.
so much out there that you kind of want to learn hands on, but it's just so difficult. It's like it's so difficult. Like it can't just like come right at you.
Nope. Never.
Like everybody wants to know what happens to you when you die. I mean, there's so many like stories out there. Your energy in the field, or you're reincarnated, or you go through a tunnel, or there's so many stories out there. But I wish you could actually experience it hands on and then come back and tell the story. You
That
know?
would be cool.
I
That would be
know.
so cool. Yes,
Hey, Willow.
definitely. Hi, sweetie. Thank you for sharing.
hi, hi.
What is for you during an investigation an absolute no-go?
Provoking.
All right, we're not investigating. No.
It's actually a no-go. I would honestly, until I have better knowledge using the Ouija board, I actually wouldn't do it. Because I had a bad experience during the time that I went, through the black magic and everything. I wanted to connect to my grandmother that passed away, and my friend and I was doing it in my bedroom, and I was talking to somebody, which I thought was my grandmother, but ended up being that I don't think it was her. And I stupidly I didn't have any knowledge of the Ouija board, so I didn't close up the portal when I was done. And of course, from there on, everything just exploded. And I basically, again, had to turn to my spirit guides to be sure all the energy was cleared away.
Yeah.
But I definitely, I heard that it's just a game. It's a cardboard. It's nothing to it. And, it's just a game, and you shouldn't be nervous about it at all. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I have kind of like creepy feelings of it.
No, it's not just a game.
But yet I could use the pendulum. Like, I'm completely comfortable with the pendulum, because one of my good friends came down during the summer, and we went to Salem, and we were walking in the shop, and all of a sudden this pendulum on rack was actually going back and forth, two of them. So she ended up getting one, I ended up getting the other. And I do really enjoy working with my pendulum, but I think it's a little bit different from the Ouija board. I don't know. I'm not completely comfortable using it. So, what is your experience using it?
Well, I do from time to time use the Ouija board, and I'm very comfortable with it.
Okay.
But I also use a pendulum when I find my pendulum back again, because all of a sudden it's gone. I don't know where it is, so I'm not allowed to use it now. One day I will find it again, and then I have to use it. But in my opinion, the pendulum and the Ouija board are kind of like.
Yeah.
But it depends on what do you prefer.
Yeah.
Where do you feel comfortable with? Because you're also the channel with the pendulum to communicate with spirits. And it's the same for a Ouija board. You are the transfer. You are the one who is transferring the energy. But if you are more comfortable using a pendulum, it's more safe to use a pendulum. But if you're more comfortable using a Ouija board, it's more safe to use the Ouija board. Because you can open portals with both of them. Because I had a residential case, I think almost a year ago now. And the woman was using a pendulum, but she didn't know what she was doing. And she invited the whole lot in. And she was thinking, why am I having spirits around? What's going on? So I asked her, what are you doing with the pendulum? Do you know how to open it? Do you know how to close? Do you know how to close yourself off? Your house off? And she's like, no. Why are you doing it? Because I want to talk to spirits. Like, yeah, I want to talk to spirits, but I'm not going to do something I don't know what I'm doing. And then ask why the spirits are coming into my house. Because that's exactly why. So I warned her not to do it again until she knows what she's doing. Now, I got a call a couple of weeks ago. Her house is a shithole. And I was like, did you use the thing again? Yes, I did, but I know what I was doing. So I was like, no, you don't. You still don't know what you're doing.
When I use the pendulum, I do, close it out, say goodbye, and all of that. But I don't know, something about the Ouija board. I feel like it's a bigger portal that you're opening up than the pendulum.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. But it's like you have to know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then don't touch it.
Yeah.
And if you're not comfortable with it, then don't touch it.
Yeah. But it's the same if you use a spirit box all the time to talk to spirits.
No, I don't agree. It could be dangerous. I mean, you can
Yeah, but
open
if you,
portals, but you are not the
exactly.
one. You are not the one transferring the energy. It's the radio doing that with the batteries.
Hmm.
So you don't have to touch it, and it still works.
Yeah, but you're inviting spirits into your home.
That depends on
And
if you do it in your home. But
See,
yeah,
that's one.
I'm not going
That's one.
to.
That's one thing I don't use because I can't. The frequency, like the static, like really like drives me crazy. Like I know there's some that don't even have that in it, and you can actually just hear whatever's speaking through. But just the frequency and the static, I just can't differentiate between words and then the static. So I
Yeah,
don't use one of those with me.
yeah, my wife has the same. She doesn't understand what it says.
Yeah.
I turn the thing off. It makes
Mm-hmm.
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it, but I have that with the portal box, the echoes. I don't hear them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm like, what did it say? It says something, but what did it say?
Mm-hmm.
Then everybody
yeah,
says it said that. Okay, if you say so. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced that it's actually a spirit. I mean, absolutely. Like if you go in a place and like you're in a cemetery and you ask a question and that like, what's your name? And it's like the tombstone that's right in front of you. Yes, that is that could be, true. But I just 100% do don't feel confident that that it's not picking up like different like radio frequencies or stations and it's just people talking or
Mm.
something like that. I mean,
Yeah,
how can you differentiate a spirit talking than just picking that up unless there's like actual evidence in front of you?
depends. And if it does, sometimes you do get direct answers to the questions you ask, even though you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the evidence in front of you. It is a direct answer to what you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
And if it starts spitting out words, then I'm done. I turn the thing off and I'm finished.
What do you think
yeah,
about phone apps though? What do you think about those?
We
I don't.
are we are experimenting with those things, and until now we debunked them all. So
Mm-hmm.
they're not very they're not very good working apps. Like it's what she says. It's entertainment purpose only.
Yeah,
Because I know a group that actually is working with an AI investigator. Have you heard that? Like
yes,
this,
I did hear about
you
that.
could
Yes.
actually, yeah, program them to actually supposedly ask the questions and get response back. So I don't
Yeah.
know. So
yeah, but artificial intelligence,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
learning itself to spit out more and more and more.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the end you will be very disappointed because you're getting evidence what isn't evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Yep.
AI is learning and learning and learning and learning.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't trust it. I really don't.
No, me either. I think that is also entertainment purpose only.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Yeah,
don't think
but
you will get a full on investigation out of that.
yeah, I did see a small clip that was at the Warrens Museum, and there was an abused AI, and it spit out Annabelle, the Warrens,
Mm-hmm.
names, but I'm still doubting.
Well, sometimes I do think the apps record the things you talk about. Like
Mm-hmm.
it has some sort of database you don't know about, and it's programmed to record what you're talking about, and then
Okay,
um, take some words about that and spit them out to see how
Hmm.
you react to them. I don't know if it's far fetched, probably, but that's something I think
no,
about.
it is not because it's artificial intelligence.
Mm,
So I think it works the same way as algorithms.
mm. Yeah,
and at the end,
Supposedly
it's
your phone isn't
fine.
listening to you, but when I talk about a certain car brand, next day I have all commercials about that car brand. I'm like,
Oh my
I didn't
god.
talk to my
Yeah.
computer about that. I talked to my
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
about a car or
Yeah,
a friend or whatever. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Google is doing that a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah, so is listening to me.
Yep. Yep. Probably listening now.
Good. Let
Big
them.
Brother. Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but apps, no, I don't know. I don't trust those things yet.
I don't either.
There's not an
No.
app that works for me completely.
No, I think they are interesting, but we still will be debunking them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because,
Absolutely.
the
You know, it.
necrophonic, yeah,
Mhm.
we tried that, and I let it run on different locations, had my voice recorder on, and it's getting the same answers time after time after time after time. So, yeah, it's not credible.
No,
Yeah.
it isn't.
Yeah. Absolutely. 100% agree. You know, and
Yeah.
it comes down to using yourself as a tool, because I go in with the, voice recorder, or like I go in with my thermometer that I have, the electronic one. And I basically use myself as a tool, because I don't like a lot of different, unnecessarily things interfering.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can
You
relate
can
to
trust
that.
yourself the best
exactly.
because you know how you
Exactly.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it for some people it's not credible because it's not evidence, because they can't prove you are
Mhm.
feeling that, but I know how people like you, my wife, myself, Mary, we know how we work.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if we feel
definitely.
certain things, we know for sure it's something. It's like that is happening.
Yeah.
Can we prove it by using equipment? Not all the times. We do sometimes, but
I really love using dosing rods as well. I
Yeah.
have to get a really good pair, because right now I just have a travel one and they're really thin. But I really like using dosing rods as well. I started using them now for like a couple of investigations I've been in. I really
Yeah.
like using them.
yeah, they are, for me, very credible.
Mm-hmm.
They usually work.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Have mine in my suitcase as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to use
Oh.
them more often.
Mm-hmm. I like using them.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, we do.
We always have a lot of equipment with us, and then half of it we don't use.
See,
It's like,
if I have a lot of equipment with me, I kind of say to myself, do I really want to download it and edit everything? So that's probably why I just have a couple cameras going. I don't have a lot.
Yeah, we usually do have, I think, 2 to 3 cameras rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a minimum. Maximum we don't have.
Yeah.
Does
your cameras last more than 2 hours?
They can, yes.
Okay. Because mine usually lasts about 2 hours, but I have a backup battery. And I'm going to get one of those big battery things that you could just charge them up.
Yeah. Yeah, I use a power bank for mine as well.
Yeah.
I have one camera that takes an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's completely drained. But I have one camera that can easily take up to 4 or 5 hours. But that night shot is crappy, so.
And then once you get there, it's like you have it out for a little bit, and then when you come to use it, it's dead, and you're like, crap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who did
Exactly.
that? Or did it do itself naturally?
Depends on how late did I start. Ah, fuck it. It just drained.
I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have the same thing. That's why I always bring my power bank with me, because that thing's gonna charge again because I need it.
Exactly.
And I have 3 backup batteries, but they all drain as fast. So yeah, and sometimes they drain before I even used it.
And
Yes.
particularly when it's cold outside, like I made a mistake and put all of my equipment in my car an hour before I was going somewhere, and by the
Yeah.
time I got there with the cold, that was like, oh crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned that firsthand as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nowadays I just bring them out when I go.
Yep.
Exactly.
I'll start doing.
Yeah. And take the batteries out of the equipment before going
Yeah.
anywhere,
Yeah.
because that usually does work as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that sucks.
Absolutely.
When you
I
go on
know.
investigations.
I
Yeah, you have to
know,
think
I
about
know.
everything.
I
We have a hard
know.
job.
Yeah, I think I'm going to downsize my equipment again because I just think I have too much stuff with me.
I could never.
Yeah,
I love
I
the
want
gadgets.
I want it to be simple. I want to bring myself out more. And like attach like a camera to me, have somebody film, but I don't know. And maybe have a camera in, the places that are the most like spirit activity wise.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I have too much now. Too much going on now.
Yeah, that Mary has the same thing.
Yeah.
She has so much equipment.
I'm so
Half of it we don't even use.
And half of the stuff I don't use as well. Like, I wish they
Yeah.
would come out with a camera that lasted more than 2 hours, because when you're in a place at an investigation, you have to charge the freaking thing every 2 hours. Like, they
Yep.
need
Yeah.
to come out with something more than 2 hours.
They do, but it's because of the infrared, the
Got ya.
IR. It makes the battery drain faster because it
Yeah.
uses a lot of battery.
Well, we've been going to places and just have the lights dimmer, so we don't need the IR all the time. In reality, it's like if spirit wants to speak with you, they'll speak to you no matter what. So I've been
Yeah.
keeping the lights dim. Plus, the viewers want to see the inside of the place if it's really beautiful. So I keep it at low lim, and then I just have the regular light on. I've been doing that. They've been lasting a little bit longer. So
Yeah, we don't have that luxury. We don't have places we can go with permission. So
Oh.
we have to go to empty buildings, and it's not even in the Netherlands, because if we do that here, we get caught. We get a ticket,
Oh wow.
and it's a very expensive one. So
Yeah.
we go to Belgium or Germany,
Yeah.
and now you can go in
Aw.
there, but it's always dark, so they don't have lights. So we have to use either
You have
a
to.
light from the outside or
Mhm.
IRs.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I have some external IR lights now, so I can put them on my camera.
Yeah.
Takes up a little bit more, leave a little bit more battery, but
Yep.
it's still it's empty very fast if you do your investigation.
Yeah. Around here, locations the most common locations are very expensive, so you don't have an option but to go like in the woods or the cemeteries or local places.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's very expensive here.
Yeah, they want to make money out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when when a certain person has been there.
No, like the Lizzie Borden house is, you can't investigate until after midnight, and it's $1,000 just to investigate. Plus, if you want to stay there, it's additional.
My God, that's expensive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially if you have a small team.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just usually myself or Angelina, so it's like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, the least amount I would say would be 500 around here. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's really
That's a lot of money. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money. Remind me to save up before I go to America.
Yes.
Yep.
And again, yeah, you can split the cost if it's more than one person. But since it's usually just myself, I don't go to like very famous locations unless I have like connections or things like that.
Yeah. Now I do have a couple of connections that can go into buildings, but I assume they have to pay as well.
Yeah.
It's probably not as much as normal people, but still, if it's a very familiar place and it's around $500 to $1,000, that's pretty much.
Yeah, that's typically what it is around here.
It is easy money for them.
Yeah, it is. And it's not even like it's from like 7 to like midnight or 11. It's not like all night either, you know?
No, it's a couple hours.
Yeah.
At most, yeah.
Wow.
I don't get that.
Wow.
Yeah. People do everything for money nowadays.
Yep,
Too
absolutely.
bad.
I know.
It's too bad.
Put that,
I don't give
set aside a little bit of that money and give it to the spirits.
Yeah.
Here's your cut, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. I'm going to be the party poopai.
You are?
Yes, we are going to
Aww.
close live because the 1.5 hour slot we have, and we are going back to the background.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk some more in the background.
Yes, yes,
Because you have some explaining to do about the cryptids.
yes.
Yeah.
We will see you in a little bit.
All right, bye everybody.
Thank you for joining us.
Joining.
Thank you.
All right. Well, party pooper.
Yes, party poopai.
Then you may
For the first
may
time.
close it down.
Yeah, I may close it down. Okay. I want to thank everyone in chat for watching at us. And I found out yesterday we are airing also on LinkedIn and on Things Network. So I was completely surprised.
Yes.
So we are covering every social media at the point.
We are.
So yes, and I really can't cope with it in my head at this moment. It's really too much. Never ever thought that would happen.
No, me neither. I thought we were just gonna be like maybe
Yes,
2-3
absolutely.
channels. That's it.
Yeah.
But it's going
Yeah.
further and further right now.
Yes, and I feel privileged and excited to do more and more and more. So, with that said, I want to announce next week Jimmy Petomito.
Yes.
Yes, and we are going to discuss a lot, including Hostage by the Devil. We
Yep.
can't stream it here. I was looking all day, so I will.
I'm going to
try
look
and
for it.
Yes, I will try and get a copy this week, because well, Sachi is in it, and so much more familiar faces and names. So we need to look into that. But that said, I want to close down today's live, and we do it with the Wayne's microwave. And
Yeah.
see you next week.
See you next week, all.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. We hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe.